Guys, welcome to another episode of Blockchain Brew Show. I'm your host. Sorry, Trent's not gonna. Oh, there you are, Trent. Where did you come from? I didn't see you there. You surprised me. I'm just kidding, guys. He didn't notice this, but I removed him right before we started. He wouldn't be there. I was just doing some mess with him. But guys, serious note. Welcome into another episode of Blockchain Brew Show. I'm your co-host, Mr. Trent Nader, also co-host. We are going to be rocking it for you. Trent has tons of good news. He's worked all day on coming up with the stories, and everybody wants to know why Bitcoin dipped. And thank you, John. Welcome in, my good sir. Welcome in to the live. I know you worked super duper early, so thank you for showing up. Always lots of love. Lots of love from us. We actually had an amazing prayer before the stream, and we were speaking blessings and favor for our audience eyes tonight. And it was good, man. Let's get we want to start our show, and I just wanted to also say, shoot, what was I going to say? I don't remember. But before we keep going, please smash that golden like button, not down, but up, because that's how we spread the love around. That's how we spread the love around. And you know, I was thinking about like how we were praying for blessings over the show and stuff. I was like, you know, maybe I should have worn a different shirt today. my back is hurting. And then also, guys, we have a subscribe bell.
I didn't even see it.
You'll find the subscribe bell in the corner over there. And the reason why we have to ask for you to look in these corners is because YouTube does not favor us, and he makes us have this awkward, humbling humility experience and having to ask for help to grow our channel. Rumble and Kick, they're dominating over there. We're growing like a beast over there. I know, actually playing catch up to YouTube, which is actually quite a nice breath of fresh air and everything going on in the world. So yeah, guys, thank you for showing up today. We have news, and I'm going to give it over to Trent. She's going to. Oh, you know what, Trent? If you want, I'll pop open my drink, guys. So just I went in my fridge and I noticed that I was out of beer, but I got these ice cubes. I'm just gonna chew on them for the I'm just kidding. I brought some bourbon, some Woodinville whiskey bourbon. We're running about 90 proof, 45%, 700 milliliters. You know, because I gotta wash some of the sorrows today. I just my banks took a hit in the last about hour and a half. So you know, sometimes you just gotta cheers yourself. So cheers to good times and bull run ahead. I don't know, Trent. How much are you supposed to do? You think that's a good sized glass?
That looks like
the bullet's
it looks like a little much to me, but hey.
I think that's a lot. Oh man, I don't know.
It is only 90 proof though, so
yeah.
You know.
See if I get a good pop ASMR. You hear that, Trent?
Yeah. I like you know, like barrel proof stuff, you know? You can always proof it down by adding a couple drops of water, but you can't proof it up. You know?
That's true. I added a couple ice cubes, to be honest with you. This wasn't in my freezer, so I like it on the rocks. Did you know, have you ever heard of buzz flowers?
No.
They are a little yellow flower that are this big, and you buy a pack of them off Amazon for like 20 of them for like $30, kind of expensive. But supposedly, when I watch people do the reviews online, you can eat the buzz flower. You can chew it up and swallow it, and you can't taste alcohol after you do it. That's what they call them, buzz. I think called buzz buttons. I think the actual terminology is you can't taste alcohol. So the guy on the stream was like drinking Everclear, like, yeah, I can't even taste it, no burn, nothing. I was like, that's so weird. I'm like, I want to try it, but I'm afraid that if I try it, you won't taste it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know.
Oh, man, that was a terrible idea.
I mean, that's part of the whole point is the taste.
I will taste it, but it would be kind of funny to try out, at least one time.
I've got Trapped in the 90s by Monkish Brewing. It's a double dry hopped, double hazy IPA, coming in at 8.5%. There's the label. It says drink freshie up top.
Shadow Trade King.
We got our ASMR pop. And our pour.
Crazy night. It's morning in Israel.
Yeah.
Like
you know,
4 in the morning.
So speaking of Israel, guys, like this is why the market's dipping, of course. This actually makes me really bullish because the last 2 or 3 times that this happened, we recovered very, very, very quickly. I remember it like yesterday.
It was yesterday.
It was, we were. This was actually all this started in 2023. I mean, the Israel-Iran conflict has been since the dawn of the ages, right? But like the most recent missile strikes going back and forth started on October 7th, 2023, and I remember being in Old Navy with my wife, and she's shopping around the store, and I'm looking at my phone because prices are dipping, and they're dipping fast and hard. And I get liquidated on a
That's true.
I get liquidated on a Polygon trade, and I'm like, man, why is Bitcoin dipping so much? And then I open up Twitter, and I see Israel just got struck by Iran, and I was like, oh, how often does that happen?
You muted yourself.
Yeah, how often does that happen to you guys where there's news going on and you discover it in real time because Bitcoin is dipping? and you notice that first, and then you find the news. I want to get this out of the way on the front end, but I have to say it, just because I feel like for the sake of the gospel, I have to say it.
Do it, man.
Guys, Israel belongs to Yahweh, and don't get me wrong, the nations belong to Yahweh, right? But guys, Israel is very important in God's plan to glorify His own name across all nations. And Joel chapter 3 says something pretty interesting. God says, I will gather all the nations to battle against Jerusalem, and I will bring them into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I will enter into judgment with them there. Guys, how does a nation roughly the size of New Jersey ensnare the whole world in its conflict and in its controversy? And the answer to that is that the God of Israel is making Himself known in the earth. And so do with that what you will. But guys, in the years and decades to come, according to the Bible, this Israel controversy is only going to grow far beyond what most of you can imagine, unless you've read Daniel and Joel and Zechariah and Ezekiel and Revelation and Matthew chapter 24 and Mark 13 and Luke 21. Anyways, I won't belabor that any further, but guys, unless you've read those passages, you cannot imagine where this Israel controversy is actually going. And we may get reprieve for a while. They may cease fire for a while, but it's only a reprieve, and it will come back roaring bigger than ever.
We've talked about this a couple of different times. Similar subjects, but not the same. So I was listening to this CEO talk on the Ryan show, podcast, and what I thought was really interesting about the CEO, he was an AI guy. He's 28 years old, and he was talking about how AI is the future. We don't have enough computing power, and pretty much what us as humans to our next stage of involvement is everybody getting the Neuralink implant into our head and be able to plug in, to help AI speed us up and all this other type of things. It's like the next stage of like watching videos at home. You have your AI, boom, you watch it there, you watch it on your wallet. And it really, I don't know where you stand on it, Chip. It really weirds me out getting a Neuralink, any type of chip into my head that helps me think.
Oh, yeah.
And they were talking about some of the like concerns that people have. And they were like, well, what if like they can control your reality because when they put that chip in there, it can control your senses, your touch, your smell, what you see. It literally takes a control over your brain, and they're like, well, how do you know you're not living in you're living in the mud and the dirt, but and your reality is what it's making them look like is something great, And I think that's such a bizarre thing. Like you could get like a scab or a mosquito bite, and they could tell you, oh, that feels really good. And you're just gonna rub it raw because that you think that's it changed your senses to make you think that was good, you know. And then I was like, another thing that I was talking about, I was thinking about to myself is it's control too, because let's say somebody hacked, they could hack your body, they could hack the system that's powering the Neuralink, and now they have an army. You can hack your enemies' chips, and you take control of all the people. Or like if in voting, if they don't like how you voted one way, they can make you flip a switch, and you'll be like, oh, I voted this way, but in reality you didn't actually do that. They just tricked your mind into thinking that way. Or they could just turn you off. Hey, there's a criminal running, hit his Neuralink, right in the street, you stopped. Like that is crazy, and that is super wild. That's actually a possibility. What's up, Sean?
What up, Sean?
It's weird because like I always say no chips for me or my kids, but like what you were saying too, shout out Trade King. But at what point am I not going to be here anymore to give my kids warnings? It's like King David. Like, look at him. He wasn't a bad king. He was a great king, and yet Solomon was even better than his dad, and he worshipped false idols. He knew that was wrong, and then like his son really amped it up because his son was all like, well, instead of taking the wisdom of his counselors, he went after people with scorpions and whips, with barbed wires. And that's like, how much protection can I protect my family from before something bad happens? And so I don't know, man. The whole world that we're going towards with this AI thing really wigs me out. And they made the point of China is going to do it regardless. It's going to stick in every single one of those people. Pop, 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 pop. Communists. They don't care. You're going to be forced into it there. So does that mean they're going to like surpass us by a crazy tech, and we can't keep up without doing it ourselves? And there's going to be people that are agnostic to all AI, and they're going to want to do it. The first guy who got the Neuralink chip in his head was a quadriplegic Christian man. So it's real interesting, man. Well, I'm alive. Right? I know. We'll be the crazy grandpa. Don't you dare get that. Don't you get there. Also, too, Trent, they were talking about it, too, like with the Bible. Because they brought up, because Sean Ryan, he's a Christian, right? I don't know this other guy he had on his show was religious or not. I don't think he is. But he was saying that with this AI power, they could literally manipulate the Bible to say whatever they want, and you would never know.
Well, Shadow Trade King said, as believers of God, we put it in God's hands, right? No stress. Absolutely. He is the only sovereign, and he's in control. I do want to, before we hop into the charts and start, speculating about the news and how soon we're going to recover, I do want to hop on over to our Twitter real quick, and I'm going to share.
Yes, do it. Do it. Love it. Look at that, gorgeous. This is for you, Jeremmer, or who anybody else out there. We went above and beyond to go find it for you.
We did. I was talking to Alex from BidFi himself.
Is Alex the CEO of BidFi?
No. He's the head of partnerships.
Head of partnerships. There you go, guys.
He's like Jim from Field and Ground. Or actually, he's the head of business development, which is partnerships. Anyways, so guys, with our link to trade on BidFi, if you pay close attention to this, the ratio on this is very, very good. And this requires no trading volume to get this. Like, a lot of new user bonuses have 10 stipulations on it, right? Like, you have to deposit a certain amount, and to get anywhere over like $400, you have to deposit like over 20 grand, and you have to do over 100 grand in trading volume, which isn't hard actually, but with this, look at the ratio. It's like a 60% ratio off the bat, and then it drops down a little bit with each tier. But if you want
Actually, only drops down once, right? Yeah, it only drops once. So it's 60% for the first 100, and then you get 20% bonus for each incremental increase.
Yes. You're right. Good catch. Yeah, that first one is 60%. Like you deposit $100 and you get a quick 60 in your bonus wallet to trade with.
How do you get that $1,000 deposit bonus?
Yeah, so you deposit $5,000 in total of worth of assets. It doesn't have to be USDT, and then they will. I got this bonus when I first signed up with BitFi, and you deposit $5,000 and you get $1,000 dropped in your bonus wallet that you get to trade with. So, hey, if you want to open up a 500x leverage position and do it with free money, here's your free money. Not that I would do that. I'd actually use it to, to trade with stress free. You know what I mean? That's the real advantage.
$1,000 all in black.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, I mean, if you put it in Bitcoin, like I don't know if you had time to watch the Michael Saylor interview with Jordan Peterson I was talking about yesterday. It was really good. One of the examples he did, I actually wanted to clip it out, Trent. He goes, he was talking about why he bought Bitcoin and didn't buy anything else. And he was saying that he got to a point in this company, he's like, dude, I worked my ass off. I was sweating. He's like, I was trying to compete against the big giants like Microsoft. He's like, we weren't failing as a company. He's like, we were growing, and he said like an average of like 3% a year. So he was always having growth in his company. But he said, no matter what he did, he always grew 3%, whether he was rewired the whole system and how everything worked, or whether he was giving away money and dividends or going to fly around all the world, find new partnerships and companies. He had always only grown 3%. And he goes, well, what's the perfect thing? He said he got to a point where because the COVID happened, and the low interest rates, he said that his company really wasn't growing the yields that it can make on its cash flow, because he said that one thing that they had was $500 million, and Microsoft was trying to scalp his engineers. He said their engineers were better, but Microsoft was bigger and had more money, so they could just buy it. And he said he had $500 million, and he's like, what do I do with this? He's like, I asked my lawyer, should I go buy $500 million worth of gold? And he said, Michael, 30 years ago, gold was only $800. And he said with the annual inflation rate, gold didn't keep up with it. He said, I would be really careful with that. And what's really funny is, I don't know if you knew this, Trent, or not, Michael Saylor was really into Dungeons and Dragons and fantasy comic books and stuff. And he was saying that he was using an analogy of God. I'm not sure if he's religious or not, but he said, if God could come back and make gold perfect, how would he do it? He said the first thing he would do is make it so you can't mine any more of the ground or just have one supply. He said, let's just give it a number. We'll say God came back and said, there's only going to be 21 million gold coins. And he goes, so you go, okay. Well, he goes, well, then how would you do it? Because then you can't take, 1,000 coins with you on a boat, because you can't fit 1,000 coins in his bag. He said, well, the second thing God would probably do is make gold be able to teleport. You could put a spell on his D&D and be able to move from point A to point B of the transaction. He says that's it, because he loves gold and he loves the ability that with Bitcoin that you can teleport it and there's a set supply. And so that was his reasoning behind Bitcoin, because then he looked into the math of like the start of Bitcoin to where it's currently at. And he's like, dude, it grows more than 20% on average per year. He's like, that nothing on this planet does that. He's like, I'm all about this. When he first learned about Bitcoin in 2013, he thought it was a scam coin and was going to die. And in 2017, he goes, this thing's still alive. No, it's going to die real soon. And then in 2020, he looks over to his friend. He goes, tell me about this. His friend Eric, he goes, tell me about this Bitcoin. And he said that sent him down the green pill, orange pill. Sorry, green pill. Sent him down the rabbit hole. And he's like, he found YouTube videos. He read a couple books on it. And he said, dude, it just changed his way of thinking. And then He was the first one into Bitcoin, and now he owns 3% of the whole supply, which is like 600,000 Bitcoin. And nobody else has figured it out yet as a single company besides BlackRock. And BlackRock buys it because everybody else is buying it through BlackRock. It's not actually like BlackRock's buying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trent. You want me to throw anything up? Or are you ready for the next segment? Michael Saylor raw dogging it. Are you there, Trent? Or are you just really well frozen?
I think I'm back.
Whoa. You are
Am I back?
Yeah, but you looked like how you froze. It looked like you were still working. You were like, you look like you were playing around. You're back.
Yeah, your picture is frozen on my side though.
I'm not moving. Do you see our lips right now? I am not moving. I'm just kidding.
Well, and your audio is robotic. You better just kind of take it away for a minute.
Take it away. All right. Well, Trent is going to take it away. We're going over to Coin Tell the Truth right now. Why? Coin Tell the Truth. StreamYard. Stop sharing. Wow. Why won't it add it to screen? I think it's because Trent disconnected. But yeah, he did. Boop. Here we go. Welcome back. If anything, crypto is going to give us another 70% decline, plus 70% decline. It's going to be a collapse of strategy. You could be right. You could be right, but we shall see. That guy is a total DJ. But he was buying it real cheap. I think you could see a collapse of his smaller companies. I don't know if Strategy would, but maybe like Strife or whatever they were called. What do we got going on today? China threatened by U.S. stablecoins. G7 urged to tackle Ashraf Group Asia Express. Is G7 going on right now? Tencent explores purchase of Nexon Gaming Company. Okay, that's not crazy. Solana futures opens interest hits 7.4 billion amid ETF speculation. Shift to digital asset technology won't slow Franklin Templeton CEO. That's actually kind of cool. Losing access is bad. Go look at an ad. Ex-Kamala Harris campaign advisor joins Coinbase Advisory Council. That one looks interesting to me. Let's go into that. What do you guys think about this? Didn't Kamala Harris finish her campaign negative $10 million or something like that? They're like, let's hire that guy. All right. Ex-Kamala Harris campaign advisor joins Coinbase Advisory Council. David Plofey previously worked as an advisor for Alchemy Pay, Binance, and former President Barack Obama and Vice President Kamala Harris's presidential campaigns. Well, why didn't they say that he worked for Alchemy Pay? I know Alchemy Pay and Binance. What the freaking, like a court or something? Advisor for Alchemy Pay and Binance. Well, why didn't they just say that? David Plouffe, who worked as an advisor on a former U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris 2024 presidential campaign, will be joining Coinbase's Global Advisory Council. In Thursday notice, Coinbase said Plouffe would join former lawmakers, industry leaders, and other company advisory council. Wait, he's joined other ones too? Coinbase said Plouffe would join former lawmakers, industry leaders, and other... Oh, okay, never mind. Seemingly to advise the exchange on policies moving forward in the U.S. abroad, as well as its role in future elections. The appointment of Plouffe to council mark one of the first roles in crypto policy since leaving Harris campaign. You know why he left the Harrison campaign, Trent?
No.
They couldn't pay him. It's important to understand that someone holds crypto or stable coin. That might not be the most important issue. It might not be the most important issue to them voting, Plouffe said on Coinbase State of Crypto Summit, adding, "You're a politician running for office, and the ability to talk to folks who may be crypto enthusiasts who aren't sure whether that they're going to participate. Maybe they haven't participated before. Crypto may be the entrance, but then you can talk about your economic plans beyond that." Plouffe's addition to Coinbase Council could signal efforts by the exchange to continue to remain politically active in the U.S. CEO Brian Armstrong was cozied up to the Trump administration since 2024 election, supporting the Genius stablecoin bill in Congress ahead of crucial votes meeting with the presidential one-on-one. Trent, do you know when the Genius Act is going to be voted on?
Didn't it?
No. Didn't know the answer to your question that you were already going to ask.
Sorry, I was on trading week. Didn't it go past the Senate today or something?
Well, its final vote will be on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
I just told you. Dang it, Tyler. No. Bad Tyler. You were supposed to make him guess for that. You knew better, and you fell into your own trap, you sucker. Talking to myself in third person. Oh, Trent. Tuesday the 17th. I told you. I let it slip out. Here you guys have it. Trent tricked me into telling him the answer. Here I thought I was pulling a fast one. Nonpartisan approach in crypto policies. Trump's co-campaign manager for the 2024 election, Chris LaCivita, joined the Coinbase Council in January.
And if I was calling the shots, I'd call them a little different.
Yeah.
Wouldn't we all?
I know, wouldn't we all, right? I'd be like, release the Epstein flight logs. The council members have included several former U.S. lawmakers, including former Senator Kirsten Sinema and former Senator Pat Toomey. Trump also addressed his attendees on Thursday's Coinbase event, speaking in a pre-recorded message about the future of crypto policies, including the support for the Genius Act and digital asset market structure bill. At the time of publication, neither the Senate nor the House representatives have passed either bill, but senators were expected to vote on the stablecoin bill soon. Another thing I was going to tell you too is, it was something over here. Pat Toomey, Genius Coin Act. Oh, well, frick, I can't remember. Big whoop. Well, there you go, guys. Now you know when the Stablecoin Act is supposed to be voted on. Trent, when does the G7 start, Trent?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Most articles aren't super enticing to me.
Yeah.
Trump's big, beautiful bill could trigger a U.S. debt crisis and a Bitcoin boom. President Trump's I heard that's another reason why we kind of had a little bit of price downward action today, is because the overview of like the China tariff deal was like 55%, and that was like bearish, I guess. President Trump's debt-heavy bill could speed up the devaluation of the U.S. dollar, and I feel like debt-heavy is kind of like misleading because it clears a lot of things up that we could spend more money on. Yeah, it still spends a lot, but they also are saving a lot elsewhere, and it kind of misconstrues.
Yeah.
Higher inflation looming. Bitcoin may be one of the few real hedges left. President Trump's one big beautiful bill could add $2.4 trillion in U.S. debt, accelerating a looming debt crisis and spiking inflation. Inflation of the dollar devaluation remained the path of least resistance in the U.S. economy, eroding the real value of cash and bonds. Bitcoin can offer a hedge, but only if it's held self-custody, as custodian platforms may not survive a lengthy phase of financial repression. Devaluation simply occur fairly abruptly during debt crisis. The quote from Ray Dalio's book, The Changing World Order, hits harder today than when the billionaire hedge fund manager first wrote it in 2021, and for good reason. The U.S. may be walking straight into one. The U.S. budget deficit exceeding $6 trillion in 2024, and Elon Musk, the former head of the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, saw his efforts cut federal spending fail with just $180 billion trimmed out of the $2 trillion that he promised. Okay, you know what? Saving $180 billion is a huge number. I would not in any way call that a failure, especially he did that in 3 months. And what Elon Musk's net worth is like $500 billion. So he literally saved the government like half his net worth in 3 months. I would not call that a failure and on any efforts. $2 trillion that he promised. And in fact, they can't say as he promised because they're still going today. Like the team that he started is still running. Interest rates remain at 4.5% as the Federal Reserve worries about the trade war's impact on inflation. Currently, the yield of a 10-year Treasury still hovers about 4.35%. Let's be honest, the U.S. debt spiral is deepening. What's more than likely is the catalyst pass the House on May 22nd is now pending in the Senate. The big, beautiful bill. It better pass because I want no tax on my overtime. I'm sorry, but I work too many hours to care about anything else.
Yeah.
The big, beautiful bill has been making headlines and breaking celebrity romances since early May. They made up. Okay, come on. This was written 6 hours ago. Everybody's seen that they've been trying to kiss and make up on X. At over 1,100 pages, which is one of the smallest bills ever, the bill gathers the greatest hits past GOP policies, extended 2017 era tax cuts, eliminating a former President Biden's green energy incentives, and tighter eligibility for Medicaid and SNAP benefits. What is a SNAP benefit? I don't know if I want to know what a SNAP benefit is. It sounds painful, like a vasectomy.
It's like benefits for food for low income.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It also authorizes a major expansion of immigration enforcement and raises the debt ceiling by $5 trillion. You know what? It's funny that they say they're raising it by $5 trillion because I thought currently the debt ceiling is suspended. So isn't it putting a roof back on it better than not having a roof at all? According to the Nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, CBO, the bill would cut federal revenue by $3.67 trillion over a decade while reducing spending by $1.25 trillion. Well, didn't you just say that this is what did they call it, Trent? Like a high spending bill, but yet again they're saying right here, well, they're gonna reduce it by 3.67 over a trillion over a decade, and also 1.25 trillion. Well,
yeah.
Like that doesn't sound like a spending increase. That's a net addition of 2.4 trillion to already jaw-dropping debt pile of almost 37 trillion. Guys, without 37 trillion happened like the last how many years, Trent? Like 8 years, maybe 12 years.
Oh yeah.
Having not like a 10% increase on that is not as huge as it definitely could be.
Right.
Especially because if we do really smart with our money and that the people start making more and start investing more, it could be really beneficial.
Mhm.
That'll proc the market.
Yeah.
Another nonpartisan forecast committee of responsible federal budget added when taking interest payments into account, the bill costs could rise to $3 trillion over a decade. Okay. Yeah, granted, none would go up. Technically bad, we all know. But, if Mike Maloney, the art of the money, as soon as the government lended us $1, they said they wanted $2 back. Well, guess what? $2 don't exist. So you have to go, well, give me $2 and I'll pay you back. They give us $2 and then we go pay them back, and then we have to raise the ceiling because now we owe them $4. And then we say, okay, give us $4, we'll pay you back. And so they give us $4, but now they say you owe us $8. Well, now we have to raise the ceiling again. It's a never-ending cycle. Just because you cut government spending does not mean it's going to solve the problem. You got to think past that. Like, okay, let's say even if Trump could get all this debt paid off, what's the solution after that? What's going to keep us from getting in this situation 30 years from now, when nobody can see the future and AI is becoming a thing? All we know is we could spend it back into existence. All right, Trent, you got any news articles or?
I'm doing something interesting actually. Just give me 1 second.
1 second. Well, I'm going to go over to see what happened in crypto today. Here's what happened in crypto today. Trump outlines crypto plans at Coinbase Summit. President Trump addressed Coinbase State of Crypto Summit on Thursday, delivering a pre-recorded remarks about his ongoing digital asset priorities. My administration is working with Congress to pass the Genius Act supporting the creation of the dollar-backed stablecoins, and we'll be working to create clear and simple market frameworks that will allow America to dominate the future of crypto and Bitcoin, Trump said in his second address to a crypto summit since his inauguration. Remarks came as the Senate prepared to vote for the Genius Act. Yep. The lawmakers of the House are also considering the Clarity Act, a broad effort. They the Genius Act and the Clarity Act go hand in hand with each other. It's beautiful, lots of clarity. Yes, I love the clarity. You will love it. Love it all. It is beautiful. And then what we got else going over here? Did you hear, Trent? There's a rumor that Scott Bassett, who is he's the Treasury, right? Scott Bassett's the Treasury. I think.
Yeah.
He might take over Jerome Powell's position at the Federal Reserve. Wouldn't that be funny? Like he knows how where the America's at. And now he's running the Treasury, or not
Right.
Treasury, but the Federal Reserve.
Okay, so here's what I want to do. I'm gonna share my screen.
Well, first you gotta add your screen.
Yes.
While you do that, I'm gonna change the
So-
music.
I just asked Grok to give me a timeline of every major Israel-Iran missile strike since 2023, or every serious threat. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at the Bitcoin chart for every date that this occurred since 2023. So far we have October 7th, 2023, and Hamas, supported by Iran, launched a major attack on Israel, killing 1,200 Israelis. While not a direct Iran-Israel missile strike, Iran's backing of Hamas and subsequent regional escalation set the stage for later direct conflicts. Iran began issuing threats of far-reaching consequences if Israel continued its operation in Gaza. And I'm going to go to the music real quick and adjust the volume.
It's really not loud for me. Is it loud for you?
Just a
I can't
little
even.
bit.
I
There we
can't
go.
even hear it.
Put it at 70. I can definitely hear it at 70.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder why I can't really hear it.
I don't know. Okay, so we have October 8th, 2023. Hezbollah, an Iranian-backed group, began firing rockets into northern Israel in solidarity with Hamas, prompting Israeli counterstrikes. Israel's support for Hezbollah's actions included threats of further escalation if Israel's Gaza operations persisted. Okay, so let's go look at October 7th and 8th of 2023. Guys, also, hey, we're back up to 104, $104,000 for Bitcoin.
I'll touch Trent's hard if you like and subscribe. It's hard.
Absolutely. So over here on the Bitcoin chart, right now we're making a nice recovery. We're getting a big bullish engulfing candle on the 1 hour. So we'll see how this develops.
The 15 is looking good too.
Yeah.
Or looking good.
We're absolutely gonna bounce, and I'm gonna show you why. Let's see.
Israel just got attacked by Iran. Oh, there we go. Now we're break even. Try to go back to normal. Just
yeah,
kidding.
right. So I'm gonna go to the daily chart, and then I'm going to click on the calendar down here. Guys, if you never do this, this is how you do it, by the way. I'm sure anyone watching right now probably is aware of this, but hey. We're going to go 2023, okay, and then we're going to go October, and we're going to go 7th, okay. Click go to, and October 7th. So actually, this time, now the difference is, this is what, kind of what Shadow King was alluding to. There was a quick retaliation from Iran the next day on October 8th of 2020, or a retaliation from Israel, I mean, on October 8th of 2023. So this did lead to a couple days of downward action. However, these candles were not nearly as big as what we just got right now.
Well, 2023 was pretty in the bottoms of the bear market too, right?
Well, I'd say Q4 of 2023 is when Bitcoin finally broke out of the bear market. Yeah. So right here we have a big dip followed by a quick recovery. Okay, let's look at the next date. So it said November, specific date is unclear. Iran's Imam Hussein division operating alongside Hezbollah launched a drone attack on a school in Eilat, Israel, causing damage. Iran threatened further actions if Israel continued targeting Iranian-backed groups. Let's see if we can find that on the chart. I'm willing to bet it was either right in here or this big candle. Do me a favor and search, let's see. Search Hezbollah drone attack in Eilat, Israel. Or Eilat, Israel. E-I-L-A-T. November 2023. See, because I'm pretty sure it was probably this big red candle right here on November 21st. Either way, whenever it was, if it was right here, we got a big green bullish engulfing candle the next day. If it was over here, we completely recovered the move the next day. If it was this move right here, we completely recovered within 1, 2, 3, 4 days. So there's that. Next, we have April 1st, 2024. Israel conducted an airstrike on the Iranian consulate in Damascus, Syria, killing 2 Iranian generals, 7 IRGC officers, and others. Israel vowed retaliation with Foreign Minister Hossein Amar Abdollahian threatening a stronger and more resolute response. So let's go to April 1st, 2024. Now we're going to go 2024, April, and April 1st. Okay. April Fool's Day of 2024. And what do you find? We get a big red move that lasted 2 daily candles. But look, the first move was relatively short. So I'm thinking that this happened into the daily close and then continued through the next day. Okay. And then we have a very swift recovery afterwards. Let's see. Next, what do we have? April 13th, 2024. Okay, easy enough. We're already in April 2024. The 13th was right here. So let's find out what happened on the 13th. April 13th, 2024, Iran launched its first direct attack on Israel, codenamed Operation True Promise, firing over 300 drones, cruise missiles, and ballistic missiles in retaliation for the April 1st consulate strike. Israel, with U.S. and allied support, intercepted most projectiles, reporting minimal damage, but 1 serious injury, a 7-year-old girl. Iran threatened further attacks if Israel retaliated. So we have April 13th on the chart, which was right here, a big red candle with a big strong wick at the bottom. Now, the price did chop for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days afterwards. And then it got a little bit of a relief rally and then went sideways. See, the problem here is that the market was not in a bullish momentum going into that day, right? But nonetheless, it did make up the gains that were dropped in short order. It just continued to chop sideways for a while. But that I would say that that's fully due to market structure and not due. Look, we're forming an inverse head and shoulders on the daily right now, I would argue. And back then, we formed an inverse head and shoulders right here. Right? So guys, market structure is king no matter what. Wait, let me pull the measured move.
What's the common saying? I'll show you the charts and I'll show you the news.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know it. Hey, and also Trent, real quick.
Yeah.
Whoever we just gained 3 subscribers. So
did we really?
So whoever's out there, just like and subscribe to us, man. We don't see you in the chat, but we want to say thank you very much from the bottom of T Squared and Trentinator's heart.
Yeah.
We wear our hearts on our sleeves, man. So it really blesses us tonight, and so thank you very much.
Hey, much appreciated. This is Tyler just got done saying this earlier. He's saying it to me all day. He was like,
T Squared.
T Squared was saying this to me all day. He was saying we need to get 0.5% better every day, right? Guys, we might not be the best, most talented crypto YouTubers out there in the space. We're definitely the most hydrated. Okay. bringing my trapped in the 90s double hazy IPA.
I wish I had trapped in the
Monkish
90s.
Brewing Company at 8.5% alcohol by volume. Come on.
Come on, man. Not only a 90s person can understand that.
We might not be the best, but we're the most hydrated. But what we're going to do is we're going to get 0.5% better every day, and we're going to do stuff like this. We're going to get on the stream. We're going to try our best to add value. And when everyone else has a polished plan to get on the stream with, we're going to go find out every day that a missile strike was launched from Israel to Iran or Iran to Israel. And we're going to go look at what Bitcoin did so that we can inject some hopium into our audience about what Bitcoin's going to do now. And we're able to say, guys, relax.
That's something we have that's special, is that we come on in the after hours where none of the influencers are really on right now doing their thing. They're all in bed, and so we can literally give you the alpha and the scoop before anybody else can in the morning. We're here for you,
guys. This is the Tonight Show, not with Jay Leno.
Yeah,
but with T Square.
Jay Leno. Oh, thank you, whoever else just subscribed to us. Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
appreciate
absolutely.
Fantastic night.
So, back here in April of 2024, Bitcoin was forming an inverse head and shoulders. We had this missile strike on April the 13th, and we were still forming the left shoulder. So, of course, we continued to move sideways, to chop sideways for a while longer, because market structure is king.
We just had somebody in the chat, Trent, that's new.
Oh, yeah. I just subscribed, guys. I enjoy good crypto talk, and you guys seem like a good team. I'm going to stick around with you guys. Nice to be part of your channel. My name is Jesse, and I live in Tijuana, Mexico.
Hey, Jesse.
Hey.
Nice to meet you, good sir. My name is Tyler, but I go by T Squared on the channel. If you didn't know, the reason why I did that is because we are affiliated with Mr. BitBoy Crypto, and so we were trying to figure out how to introduce our audience to talk about that. But so welcome into the channel. We are a great team. That's where me and Trent met, is kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, it's good to I always like having. I love Ben and also follow him. That's good to hear. So I've actually written. You can go back to our video, our interview that we did with Bleaves a few days ago, and you can get our backstory there. but I've written all of his scripts actually for a while now. But
And I was on the community managed Pluto Alliance.
yeah, so it's also good to have someone from outside of the United States. I always love the interaction there, and
Yeah, it's
yeah,
late too, isn't it?
yeah.
He's no wait, is it late there? You're 2 hours ahead of us, I think, right? It's not 8:30 right for us right now. I think it's 10:30 for him.
Well, Mexico's a big place. I mean, it could be.
Oh, that's fair.
I mean,
That's fair.
it spans Pacific time to Eastern time, just like we do.
That's fair. Well, whenever I go to Mexico, it's just straight down from where I'm at. So the equator doesn't really move too much, unless you leave the worlds around or something.
Maybe one day we can have a blockchain brew Espanol channel.
We need to get a Brew Crew Discord set up here pretty soon. We're growing.
Right. Estoy aprendiendo español, pero mi español es malo, entonces no puedo tener un show en español.
That's a lot better than me. I just know that whenever I was at work, they'd always tell me, "Una más, una más." I'm like, I'm coming.
But maybe one day if we get a partner.
He is this LA time zone.
Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe one day if we have a partner that can do it better than I can, then hey, maybe we run an Espanol stream. Anyways, man, I am getting off of my point. Where am I at?
Because we're spending time with the community trend.
Yes. So in April 2024, we were forming an inverse head and shoulders on the daily chart. The Israel strike. Just keep practicing. You'll get it. If you guys want to keep me in mind, that would be great. Hey, send a that that could be something awesome. Send a DM. T Square, can you paste the RX link in the chat?
Change our X link in the chat.
Can you paste our X link, the link to our Twitter in the chat?
You can follow Trent.
Okay. Yeah. Paste the link to our Twitter in the chat, and we can DM and chat over there. So, So, April 2024, we're forming this inverse head and shoulders on the daily chart. Market structure is king. So, the Israel-Iran tensions came on the 13th of April in 2024, and we were just beginning to form this left shoulder. So, of course, we continued to chop sideways. Market structure is king. War tensions are not king. By the way, here's another little tangent.
Did you like that, Trent, or did I do that wrong?
Let me see. That should be it.
All right.
I just I mean that was you posted our
you got
our
liquidated, Daniel. Oh man.
Oh,
Daniel Ghazi. I knew, dude. I was watching too. I was like, I called 107 yesterday. You were with me, Daniel. I said 107. That's our next stopping point. I kid you not, dude. It was probably like what time was it when we hit 107? It was when we first touched it was 7:30 in the morning. I was like, okay, there we go. It was all like, I knew we were gonna come back down and revisit it. I guess I was longer than that.
Daniel, I need you to keep your head up and keep grinding, okay? Like, here's the thing. You have to, every time that this happens, is another knock on your door. It's another time that the doorbell is ringing and telling you have to start paying the trader. You have to start taking profits, and you have to trade with a strategy. I know by as long as you've been in our chat and talking to us about this, I know that your strategy is swinging for the home run or nothing. I get it, and that's fine if that's your strategy. But
the good news is Trent's opened up a copy trading group, and we can all copy Trent.
Yeah, I gotta stop this swing mindset. Yeah, right. Um, you do like how? I'm curious. How much leverage are you using? Because there's a way to do the swing mindset right. If you're on 2x leverage, I mean, and I know that that's probably not going to produce the life changing, uh, gains that you're after. But if you're on 2x leverage and you're swinging that, you wouldn't have got liquidated, probably. I mean, Gala didn't go down 50% today, right? So you wouldn't have got liquidated on 2x. The thing is, if you 2x from
Possible it's over. It's possibly it's over.
was on 10x, right. If you 2x from swing low to swing high, and then you learn how to 2x from swing high to swing low, and you rinse and repeat that to the top of the market, and then you rinse and repeat that on the way down, your life-changing gains don't have to come in one fell swoop. Like look, what are good returns on the stock market? 8% a year, right? What if you can make 8% a month? You're beating the stock market by 30x. If you can learn how to make 8% a month trading, then what if you can learn how to make 8% a week? You're beating the stock market, and you're paying the traders. You're doing that. You're taking profits.
If it makes you feel any better, Daniel, I have difficulties doing 10x also on altcoins. I do pretty good on 10x on Bitcoin because it's the percentage is a lot slower. The volatility on the alts is just incredible.
If you can make 8% a week, then you're 52xing the stock market. Then you're working with a couple grand in capital in your trading account, and you're able to make 8% a day, which is not really that crazy if you think about it. Now you're 365xing the stock market every single year. Like, do that for 5 years, and come on, like you're gonna kill it.
Well, like I said, like if you have $100 and you make 3% gains on $100 every day, by like month 9, not like the last 3 weeks of that month, you'll make over $120,000.
Right. So Daniel, keep your head up, keep grinding. Okay. Need to get more capital. I get it. Well, I hope that you have spot backs. Right?
Yeah, I've been trying to get more capital too, man. The freaking taxes in my state are eating me alive.
Yeah. So
Maybe at worst, we will go under 100K. We might range for a few days. That's what I'm kind of picking up too. It's kind of hard to tell because we might get a fake out right now. It might look like we recovered, and then a second attack happens a couple days ago. Oh, freaking, it's starting over. But Tuesday, if the Genius Act passes the House and Senate, that would be, hey, that was probably the bottom type moment. It's always in hindsight. Yeah. It's hard to tell in the moment if that was the bottom. But, Tuesday, that Genius Act packs, and we shoot right back up to 107. You can say, well, hindsight, that was the bottom, looks like.
Yeah, I agree with that assessment, Jesus, about 100K. Like $100,300 held very strong on the last dip, and we either double bottom. There's 3 scenarios, right? We double bottom at $100,300. Scenario B is we create a bullish divergence by going down to 98, which I don't think we're doing. Or option number 3 is that we make a hidden bullish divergence by going up to, bottoming where we just fell right now, making a slightly higher low. So anyways, Daniel, we talked about this before too. You are your greatest investment, not Bitcoin, not your 10x trade, not Gala. Like, you are your best investment. Invest in yourself, because you will be able to continue with the right discipline and the right mindset and the right strategy. You will be able to generate gains for, days and weeks and months and years to come. You are your best investment, and don't forget that. So anyways, to finish this segment real quick, April 2023, we went over that. Where did Grok put the next? Okay, April 18th and 19th. So let's April. I'm in May. Let's see. April 18th and 19th. Okay, we were still forming that left shoulder. Okay, so nothing to write home about there. We had a big red candle, and then we made up the gains and then some very quickly. Where's the next one at? July 31st, 2024. So let's go to the chart and let's head over to July 31st. I remember this one actually.
What one do you remember, Trent?
I wonder if Grok got it wrong. I wonder if it was this one right here into August. Okay, so on this, let's see what it says about it. Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh was assassinated in Tehran, with Iran and Hamas blaming Israel. Iran threatened several retaliation with Supreme Leader Atayoa. I'm not going to name those names. I'm not going to pronounce.
No, you got to do. That's some of the fun part.
No.
I was butchering the names early on Cointelegraph. I was like calling that one dude like Peppery or whatever his name was. It was totally not that, but I was like, I can't pronounce it, so I just made my shortcuts.
With the Supreme Leader vowing a crushing response, no direct missile strike following immediately, but the threat heightened tensions. Okay, so we had at the very worst, even if it was right here, then we went down from 65 to 49, and that was the absolute worst of it.
Oh, Jesse, one quick question too, Trent. Jesse, is anybody that you would like to see?
You mean Jesus?
Yeah, but he said his name was Jesse.
Huh?
Yeah, earlier, I thought he said his name was Jesse in the chat.
Where?
Did I misread it? He said when he first joined in. Just subscribe to you guys.
Yeah, yeah. He did say my name is Jesse. Yeah. You're right.
I
he's gotta go by Jesse. Yep.
Jesse,
I just keep reading his
name.
My
coworker, we call him Zeus. I'm like, what's up, Zeus? It always makes me think of like the Greek god. But anyways, Jesse. So if there's anybody that you would like to see on the Blockchain Brew Show, just let us know. We'll reach out to him, see if we can get a guest on.
Also, what's your favorite beer if you indulge? Drop that in the chat. Let's see.
Zeus, hello. Yeah, stuck,
man. Okay, so yeah, that was the absolute worst of it. But you have to keep in mind this move right here was capitulation, and my wife just said your mom is capitulation. This right here was capitulation, and we're beyond that point in the market right now, I believe. So next, where's our next date? October. I'm gonna skip September 27th. That's just to get this like wrapped up here. October 1st, 2024. Iran launched 180 to 200 ballistic missiles at Israel in Operation True Promise 2, targeting military sites in retaliation for the assassination of some guy and some other guy. Israel
Soleimani.
intercepted most missiles with U.S. and Jordanian assistance, reporting minimal damage but one death in the West Bank. Iran threatened stronger attacks if Israel responded. And then October 26th, we'll take these together. Israel conducted airstrikes on Iranian military sites targeting missile production facilities and air defense systems, including S-300 batteries in Tehran, Khuzestan, and Lam provinces. The strikes, a response to Iran's October 1st attack, killed Iranian soldiers and one civilian. Iran's supreme leader, some guy, threatened a crushing response to Israel and the U.S. November 2nd, 2024, Iran's supreme leader, some guy, retaliated threats of a crushing response to Israel's October 26 strikes, emphasizing Iran's intent to counter Israel's action in support for its proxies, Hamas, Hezbollah. No immediate Oh. Let's see. Could you get the Israel president on stream, please? Tell him to stop bombing my bags.
What's Netanyahu?
Netanyahu.
Yeah, Netanyahu. I know. Why did you have to bomb the day that the U.S. is celebrating the 250th anniversary of the military? He's like, I gotta get this done quick. I'm running out of time. That'll be a bad day to bomb it.
Could you imagine? Like, what would we say if he did come on? In some alternate
I would need a translator.
No,
do you speak? I would be like, do you speak English? Does English common tongue? Common tongue in Israel? I have no idea. You speak Hebrew?
He speaks Hebrew also.
Yeah. I'll be using over here Grok translating.
Yeah.
So, well, we got then he's Zeus Jesse commented response to your beer question.
Yes. I saw that. I love all types of beer. Guinness is a good one.
Derek?
As of now, all I drink is Dos Equis. Nice.
Dos Equis, man. Love it.
I tell him to buy Gala to make up for it. What's up, Derek? I don't know what your sick emoji means. Whether that's directed at us or maybe the
I think it's directed at the
unfortunate turn of events at the bombings and stuff. Either way, it would touch Tyler right in his heart if he subbed to the channel. It would touch Tyler right in the banana zone if you subbed to the channel.
Yeah. Don't make me get my carton of egg whites out again.
Okay, so look, October 1st, October 26th, November 2nd, and then we're gonna be done with this. Where that's 2025. Where am I at? October 1st. Okay, so that is right here. And lo and behold...
Thank you, Derek, for subscribing. If that was you, Derek.
Hey, thank you. Lo and behold, we have two big red candles, right? It's another one of those things. I'll draw it right here in the chart. It's another one of those things where it looks like we probably had news of the Israel-Iran conflict coming into the daily close.
Dude, I feel it, dude. I was watching the market manipulation today. I'm like, yellow X's. I'll probably pull my charts up here shortly. Look at market cipher. I'm like, fudge a duck, man. Why?
You know, so we had this action right here, probably coming into the daily close, followed by a second red candle. And we did shop sideways for a little bit, okay? And then we quickly recovered afterward. So, guys, the recovery is coming no matter how you slice it. The other one was what, October 22nd of 2024, last year. I remember this one as well because it was the day before my wife's birthday, and we're celebrating in Yosemite, and everything is good, and the market is just bleeding, right?
Yeah.
But look, the bleed. This wasn't even that bad. Look at it. Look at it. Hindsight, guys. Perspective is everything. Look at that, and look at the move that was soon to follow after. Okay. So now, where does that lead us? Let's go to the Bitcoin chart today. BTC spot. Okay. So we are forming, in my opinion, an inverse head and shoulders on the daily chart right now. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but if you don't count the wick, let me redraw these. And get rid of them. Okay, so if you go from the candles and you draw it here, and something like that, we're forming an inverse head and shoulders on the daily. And if you go down to the let me stay on the daily for a minute, see what else I see. Okay, we're holding the 50 moving average. Okay, and I've seen this many times when we're really bullish, right? We'll get something that brings us down, and we hold the 50 EMA. That's when you hold the 50 EMA or the 50 moving average as support. Actually, the 50 is coinciding with the point of control on the VRVP. So we really don't want to fall below that, because you end up with a big volume gap on the visible range of the volume profile that could suck you all the way down, no pun intended, to $95,000. But which coincides with the 200 MA. So yeah, if we lose, I'm just gonna say $102,800. If we lose that, we may come down to 95.6, and if we're coming down to 95.6, we're probably gonna wick down to the CME gap that's sitting around somewhere around 94 or 92, I believe. Call me crazy, but I don't think
Call me
that's
crazy
gonna
one
happen.
more time.
So, there's the daily, but I've seen this many times when we're bullish. We actually hold the 50 EMA. An example of that is over here. Let's see.
There-
My internet is kind of
Wiggin. It's a wiggin tonight.
lagging.
You're wiggin like this.
Yeah.
Wiggin. And a wiggin. And a wiggin. Like it's Worms 3D back on the GateCube. And a wiggin. And a wiggin.
I'm not even
like Mark like double dash.
Okay, so never mind that. Let me go down to the 4 hour. My point was really, if you go down, now we lost the 200 EMA on the 4 hour, and what does that tell you? Losing the 200 EMA tells you that explosive movement is coming, which is what ensued afterwards. But the RSI is all the way down at 30, and the stochastic RSI is as low and flat as it can be. Guys, it's at the stochastic RSI is underneath 1. Like, it's as low as you can get. So
Can't go any lower.
I really don't understand how much lower it can get. Sure, the RSI, the regular RSI, could get under 30 and start turning really red right here, and maybe. But look, even at the bottom of the wick, it wasn't turning red. I don't know. I don't see how much lower we can go on the 4 hour. We're at very least we're getting a relief rally. And look, we're having this existential crisis over a crash to $104,000. Guys, Bitcoin has traded for over 30 days at this point above $100,000. Bitcoin has never traded this long over $100,000 in its entire existence, even in Q4 of last year with the bullish election momentum. Bitcoin has never traded for over 30 days above $100,000. Guys, like, it could very well be that 100K is the new bottom, that it's the new support. I'm not saying we don't go underneath it in the bear market. I'm just saying, guys, for the foreseeable future, 100K could be the new floor.
I see it.
Now let's go down to the 1 hour. And what do we have? We have these tweezer bottoms. What do I mean by tweezer bottoms? We have, normally it happens with 2 candles. This time it kind of happened with 3, but sometimes you see that. If you erase this green candle right here and this red candle before it, and you look at these 2 candles and you're like, hey, you have 2 long wicks there. They kind of look like tweezers at the bottom. Well, that's a tweezer bottom. Like, it's showing you that there's, as much as the bears try to continue to push it down, it just doesn't want to go any lower. And granted, this is just the 1 hour chart, but then look at what happens. We have this big bullish engulfing candle right here on the 1 hour chart. So, and then look at the RSI here. We're deep into the red. The stochastic RSI is crossing bullish down here. And the MACD is, as call it by its government name, the moving average convergence divergence is as low as it can get over here. So, I mean, look, and then what happens? You get above where we're at right now, and you have this big low volume gap on the VRVP, bringing you back up to $105,784, which, by the way, there are a lot of liquidations of shorts sitting up at $105,800. So it is a natural place for us to move up to. And if we're building a good structure on the way back up there, we probably come back and get back above the 200 MA and then continue our regularly scheduled programming. And we treat this entire move right here as an outlier because of the missile strikes. So I don't know.
If you're new here right now watching, please subscribe and hit that like button. It will go miles for our little audience that we have, that we'll build a community. We will dedicate a Discord. We will create one for you guys if you can hit that like and subscribe.
We will, and actually, it's a good time to come over to this tab and
I wanted to do a run through.
Let everyone know.
Let me do a run through. I want to do a run through.
Oh yeah. No. I get you. I was just showing this again because we have new. Let's see. Share this tab instead.
Oh, the bid 5.
Yeah. Well, I clicked back over to StreamYard and I don't see myself.
I see you.
Oh, well, what happened to my screen?
I don't know. You're there to me.
Okay,
there it is.
Got you. So, now I forgot what I was going to say. Anyways, guys, if you're new here, like and subscribe. It would touch Tyler right in his heart if you subscribe to the channel. And if you want to take advantage of the volatility, you can sign up with our link on BidPie and in the description, and you can get some of the best deposit bonuses in the game. Right?
60%.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
60% on the first $100.
Right. That's what I was going to say. If you want to take advantage of the volatility to the bottom and put in a low leverage long or do your own research. But if you want to jump in and get in on the action right now, you can get $1,000 in deposit bonuses just by depositing $5,000. You don't even have to meet a certain trading volume minimum. All you have to do is deposit and get up to $1,000 in deposit bonuses right away. Even for as little as $100 in deposit, you get $60 in bonuses for free. And so if you're Daniel Ghazi and you've gotten... No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to go into that. I was going to say, if you've gotten liquidated and you
need to make it back.
And you need some capital. Maybe you move some of your spot bags over just for a deposit, and then you get your $1,000 bonus, and then you rock and roll from there.
There you go.
So
and Alex from the head of partnerships,
head of business development.
I'm accepting donation, guys. You know, I'm always thinking about Daniel.
Hey, put your wallet address in the chat and share your story. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. All right, I'm taking over. All right, here we go, guys. What do we see on Market Cypher? Let's go! Market Cypher, tell us the future so we can know the past. 15-minute. We have money flow coming in. We have green line money coming in. Purple line, you can barely see it behind the green line. That is strength is going up. VWAP is coming in. It is going up. Blue oscillating waves. Okay, it is deep into, well, it was deepish, negative 31 to 17. Blue momentum waves are bullish. We are coming up. We are coming up. It said we bottomed out right here with the money flow leaving. And as you see, the red wave shrinking because we have money flow coming in, hence the green candles. Doji candle. When you have a little tiny body with big wicks on either side, we use Hike and Ashi candles on the channel on T-Square. Hike and Ashi just makes it easier to digest for the eyes. That's our 15-minute. We're going to head to the 30-minute. We're going to double the time frame. We have snake eye green dots, just like we had on the 15-minute. The DBSI Gala. Whoop. Sorry, Daniel, guys. We're on Gala. Gala says it's pumping, though. I didn't even catch that. Regardless, I guess it's mirroring it. Bitcoin's mirroring Gala right now. That's good to know. We have a 25 on the bottom saying out of, I think a 35 is the highest. 25 being a very strong number, projecting the next candle after this one will be green. So it's not technically saying that it's going to be a bigger candle than this candle, but it's saying we're going to close right here, and we could come up here or we could come down here and still stay green. It's just saying the next candle is projected to be green, but with the momentum wave coming in, it's looking good. Strength going up, money flow coming in, VWAP coming out. We have still the thick red wave, but it's starting to shrink. So that's beautiful. That's what we like to see. Okay, now we're going to jump over to the 1 hour. We're going to double it again. The 1 hour, we have a doji candle. Okay, doji candle is a sign of a trend reversal. Now we got 1, 2, 3 big green dots with a regular green dot. With the blue momentum wave is flipping. It is flipping. The one thing that I don't like seeing on the 1 hour, we're at negative 81 and negative 82, which whenever you're below or above the 60 levels, whether it's positive or negative, you start getting into the oversold or overbought territory, and you might get a fake out before we're out of the woods. So we're down here, right? Well, we might come up to this area of support and bounce off and have a fake out, which would be 105 or 106-ish area, right below this wedge right down. So we have to reevaluate right here. But this could be the first take profit. You could put a trade in, take profit here, and then reevaluate. Well, we're going to keep going up, or you can leave your trade open to have a second level of taking profits. Or you might decide to close it all out here. It's a reevaluation where we could be going. I'm going to jump to the 4 hour. The 4 hour is kind of iffy still. The VWAP is still coming down, strength coming down, red coming down, which is a sign that the shorter time frames will go up, and then we'll get that fake out. Okay, so that's what we're trying to project. The future market cipher is not an indicator that predicts what's already happened in the past. It's a future telling indicator, and we're projecting that's what we're thinking is going to happen. We'll come up to about 106, and then we're going to come back down because the 4 hour it has not flipped. That just literally closed in front of my eyes. You guys seen that chunk up? That was actually a really good chunk. I didn't realize we were that close to closing. We are chunking it, and guess what, guys? It's no longer in the negative 80s. That's a huge jump. In fact, we're negative 56 and negative 65. We like seeing that. You see that wick right there is looking like a bottom on the 4 hour because we look how much we came up. We came down and we cut up almost halfway in the knees. That's a fantastic freaking wick. It was going after. You use a glass node, you probably could have seen the heat map and seen where the people liquidation prices were, and they were headhunting. The VWAP is just starting to curve up. That is a good sign. The blue oscillator waves have not flipped bullish yet, so it is on the shorter time frames, but not on the 4 hour yet. So it's minimum sideways action before we decide to go up. Okay, now we're gonna jump over to the 12 hour. What are we got going on the 12 hour? 12 hour, we have 8 hours left till we close, and then it says a red X. If it closes, it's saying you could put a temporary short into the market. It is expected to go down as the blue oscillator waves are still coming down. Okay, we haven't flipped the plateau of curvature yet. We have not got there. In fact, we're double the bullish number away to even get to we're double the light blue wave, which is an indicator for the bullish or bearish wave. We're double that just to get back up to where we want to be to have a potential to be bullish again. And the VWAP is still coming down. Money flow is still coming down. Look at it. Thick wave over here, and we've been slowly leaving. Strength coming down. Red saying we're oversold. It's probably coming down still. It just plays out to the fake out. Okay, short term bullish, longer term bearish. Okay, it's the data is living. We're watching it live. We're projecting what we expecting to happen going into the weekend. Okay, we have an anchor wave, trigger wave to the downside with the red dot. Okay, that it could play out with the 12 hour with the red X. Not the greatest sign. Okay, VWAP still coming down, strength coming down, oversold coming down. We might come down. Okay, it might not be the end of the world. We will have to wait and see. Doji candle. Okay, Doji candle is a trend reversal. Now, I'm not going to lie. We were saying that we were pretty bullish when we first had this green dot. This, to me, is looking a lot bearish. It almost looks like a double top. We couldn't gain the support. We came down. We had a fake out. Can we reclaim? We didn't even reclaim. We came back down. That was Doji candle to flip of a trend reversal that coincides with the red dot with 1 day and 20 hours remaining. The VWAP does not help us out at all. The red is saying we're oversold with strength kind of plateauing at a high mark. Where is this at? Come on, we're at 86. We're technically overbought territory on the strength as well. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on that because that's not a good sign. What's the 2 day saying? The 2 day saying anchor trigger wave to the downside. VWAP coming down. Kind of bearish, guys. Kind of bearish. Not quite a doji candle, but it is kind of nervous seeing to look at it. That looks very freaking similar to a double top, at least on the hike and the she candles. On the regular candles, it looks like you got the higher high, and then you have what is this called? Lower high trend. Looks like a lower high. That is kind of not super bullish to see.
But if we make a lower high and a higher low, that's just consolidation.
Okay, well we have to keep an eye on it then. And we're going to jump to the weekly time frame, okay? Weekly time frame.
Shout out to MK in the chat. Thanks for hopping in. And if you subscribe to the Blockchain Brew, which is the most hydrated community on YouTube, I've already finished my beer. If you subscribe, it would touch Tyler right in his banana zone.
My banana zone happens to be right above the left apex pec. Just so everybody knows that Trent's being serious. Anyways, we are still remain bullish on the weekly. Okay, it's still looking Krispy Kreme. We're not getting ready to say we are not bearish. I think this is still a bullish sign, despite what the shorter time frames say. And we have a green dot still on the monthly. It has not gone away. 17 days, 20 hours till till this closes, and if we can get this to close, it would be amazing. Okay, that means we're going to have a super bullish late summer, and we're projecting a 16, which would mean the next candle going to come out. It's going to be good. I'll touch anyone for Banana Zone if donations are made. Don't tempt Trent and Ada with a good time, guys. You never know, man.
Bro.
There you go. Let's check out what the dominance is going, guys. We have 22 people in here. I don't recognize everybody in here right now. If you haven't, we already said a couple different times, trying to grow on YouTube. It's a pain in the ass. So if you are new, please like and subscribe. Thank you. We're going to check out the dominance. Shout out from Europe to you guys. Oh, dude, awesome. You're from Europe, MK? What part? What part are you from, brother? Dominance is at 64.
I'm going to guess and say France. I don't know. Actually, no. The UK. No.
The dominance still looking like it's coming down on the 15-minute, 30-minute on dominance. Kind of almost looks like the fake out comes down, fake out, maybe go back up again. But it still looks like it's coming down. It still looks coming down.
Oh man, I got it right the first time. I said France.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you, MK. Thank you very much, sir. What time zone are you in right now? What time is it? I'm curious. Right now it's 9 p.m. for us, so we got
Jesse, if you're still with us, if you're still with us, reach out to us on X about the whole blockchain
6 a.m. Oh,
thing.
Rick, man, that is hella early.
Hey, but 6 a.m. is the time to watch, though, and no one else is on.
Right. We're giving you the nightly news and 6 a.m. mornings.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious, how many other YouTubers are out there at 6 a.m. in France? I'm just curious. On the dominance, we're bearish on the dominance. I think there's going to be a correction in the Bitcoin dominance, at least short term. The 4 hours starting to, I wouldn't say that doors are closing, but there might be some sort of retesting happening before we have continuation on the dominance. The VWAP just slightly curved down, and the wave kind of made that first little angle, so we'll have to keep an eye on it. Like we had a first little angle right here, and it started flipping. So we have a first little angle right here, so we just have to keep an eye on the dominance. Let's check into Etheria. Ether. I don't even know her.
Ether, I don't even know her.
Yeah, I knew you were thinking that, you dirty dog. You're talking about the banana zone and touching things for money.
We'll touch banana zone for Bitcoin.
Yeah. Dude, Ether's looking kind of bottomish. Okay, we have the first double green dot, view up slightly coming up. Red money flow is definitely in the red, pretty hard, but it's plateauing. View up coming up, strength coming in. Say we're still oversold, but we have to wait and see. My goodness, that came out of nowhere. That was the whiskey talking. I think we're a little bit bearish still on the 4 hour. Holy smokes, did I just say that? I think we're still bearish, man. Where the frick is the bottom?
Well,
Mike,
look,
gosh.
Look, I'm gonna
hey,
show
later,
you
Daniel Ghazi.
Later, Daniel. I'm gonna show you the single most bullish thing that's speaking to me right now. And it's not the end all be all, but look. I'm gonna share this and now my internet's acting up again. I don't know where you went. Okay. So that's the 4 hour chart.
We found a falling banana
today.
Today, you mean last night for you?
Okay, so that's the 4 hour
in France. You're supposed to be having like the other type of banana in the morning. It's supposed to be good. Straight up.
On the 4-hour chart, the 21 moving average is still all the way up at $108,200. And we've said this over and over. The 21 is a magnet for price action. Granted, you know, if we continue some red candles or we trend sideways, this 21 is going to start coming down. But regardless, we have to come up to meet the 21. So, you know, even if you want to just think on the move, on the relief rally, it is a thing, in my opinion.
Let's go, Bitcoin trend sideways. Wait, what'd you say?
Did you did I make any sense? Did you hear anything I said?
Sarah was talking to me about how handsome I was during that entire time.
Okay, but I don't know if we were blank or not. Did you hear what I said or no?
Yeah, I did. I heard you.
Okay. All right. Anyway,
Yeah, you're good.
That's
You came in clear. I was just talking to somebody more pretty.
Okay. Okay.
That was a delayed reaction.
Well,
so that'd be bullish.
What's left? Should we wrap it up?
That's it. I think we should wrap it up, man. Numbers are great because the community showed up today. We love every single one of you guys that came in and stopped and said, hey, you know, we always say, smash that going like button. Not that way though, please. This way. Up, like that. There you go. Smash it. Hit that bell. Guys, thank you for showing up. We appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow at 7:30 Pacific Northwestern time. We appreciate everybody. Come on, Bitcoin. You can survive this. No more bombs, everybody. We don't want to see nobody get bombed. Yes, let's do it, guys. Dabbing out. Bam, 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 bam. Trent, you didn't dab. We're going to read to your chats. Got to get
I'm also frozen.
Bitcoin Zero trades in the best ever money of all time BTC this afternoon. Hope to see you all in the lab. Love you, vibes, fam. Thank you, MK. Love you guys too. You're a great gentleman. Thank you for subscribing, MK. Thank you so much, everybody. Brew Crew